Listen, very carefully. There's a frequency in the air tonight, and only you can hear it. A low, crawling hum that coils around your spine like a serpent that remembers your name and your destiny. It's the sound the world makes when it realizes it underestimated the wrong soul. The sound of 8 billion people shifting in their seats because you keep moving like you already read the future's rough draft. And you're acting out the parts nobody saw coming. You feel it, don't you? That eerie electric hush when you walk into a room, like reality itself pauses, tilts its head and whispers, "What does that one know?" Because you don't guess. You see, you don't predict. You anticipate. You don't wait for life to unfold. You cut the timeline open and walk through it like a surgeon with steady hands and a wicked smile. And that terrifies them. Oh, it terrifies them. They're not scared because you're smart. Plenty of people are smart. They're scared because you're accurate. Your instincts hit like sniper rounds. Your timing feels supernatural. Your silence feels engineered. Your moves feel scripted by something above human cognition. It's not normal, they say. It's not possible, they whisper. It's not fair, they cry. And you just keep moving, like the world is late to your meeting. You're the paradox they can't solve. The saint who thinks like a psychopath. The angel who strategizes like a demon. The quiet one who predicts storms before clouds even form. And the funniest part? They think you got lucky. Luck doesn't create patterns. Luck doesn't repeat with precision. Luck doesn't leave an entire planet unsettled. No, no, no. What you have is older, deeper, something carved into your bones long before you ever knew what to call it. Some people walk with intuition. You walk with foresight, the kind that feels illegal, ancient, forbidden, the kind that makes people stare at you like you're holding information they shouldn't even know exists. And the truth? You are. You walk like someone who's seen endings. You talk like someone who's lived twice. You choose like someone who knows exactly where every road leads, including the ones everyone else pretends aren't there. Yes, yes. You've noticed it too, haven't you? How the world glitches when you speak. How people flinch when you pause. How conversations twist in your direction without you lifting a finger. How the wrong people get nervous when you get quiet. How the right people get louder when you enter their thoughts. Because deep inside, every single one of them senses the same terrifying truth. You know something they don't, and you're not telling. You see cracks before they form. You see betrayals before the liar learns the lines. You see exits before anyone realizes they're trapped. You see opportunities before the rest of the world wakes up. To them, you look calm. But that's not calm. That's calculation disguised as serenity. You don't panic. You preload your reactions. You don't respond. You initiate the chain events. You don't wait for the world to reveal itself. You walk one step ahead of its shadow. And when they finally catch up to what you already knew, oh, the silence, the shaken expressions, the wide eyes, the how did you know, the who told you, the why does this keep happening? Because it's one thing to be unpredictable. It's another thing to be inevitable. And that's what you are, isn't it? A walking disturbance in their comfort, a ghost in their assumptions, a prophecy in human form. But let's peel back the last layer, the one they'll never admit, the one they choke on in private. You didn't become like this by accident. You became like this through pain, real pain, the kind that sandblasts illusions off your soul. Pain taught you to read people like crime scenes. Pain taught you to listen for intentions hidden between breaths. Pain sharpened your intuition until it became weapon grade. Pain carved your awareness into something surgical, cold, precise. You didn't just endure your past, you studied it, and you learned, and you adapted, and you evolved, until the universe had no choice but to whisper, "This one sees too much." You see light in darkness and darkness in light. You see patterns in chaos and flaws in perfection. You see truth people bury so deep they forget where the lies end. You are the contradiction they can't handle, the vulnerable monster, the compassionate threat, the quiet storm, the chosen anomaly. You're not ahead by luck. You're ahead because you refuse to be blind. And now, 8 billion people feel it. An unease crawling under their ribs, a tremor in their collective subconscious. Because you're not just moving differently. You're moving deliberately. Like someone who already knows how the story ends. Like someone who's already seen the consequences. Like someone who's already rewritten their fate. You walk with the confidence of a villain and the clarity of a prophet. The world doesn't know what to do with that combination. So they stare, they talk, they shiver, they speculate, they copy, they panic, and you just keep reading the next page before they even know the chapter changed. Because deep down, past the fear, past the whispers, past the trembling awe, every single one of them knows the truth. You're not predicting the future. You're creating it. Lean in. Because this is the part they'll never dare say out loud. The part that keeps them awake at night long after you've forgotten their names. The part that turns admiration into fear, and fear into obsession. They think you sense things early. They think you pick up on details. They think you notice patterns. No, that's what they tell themselves so they can sleep. The truth is far darker. You move like someone who already survived the outcome. Like somebody who lived through the explosion, crawled out of the wreckage, rewound the timeline, and came back with the blueprint in your pocket. And that makes you alien to them. Uncomfortable, wrong, impossible. Humans crave predictability. You are a walking violation of that law. Because how do you predict someone who's already seen the consequences? How do you corner someone who's already memorized every escape route? How do you manipulate someone who's already dissected your motive before you finished blinking? They can't. And that's why they break. Their nervous systems go haywire in your presence. Their intuition jams. Their social scripts malfunction. Their lies stutter. Their smiles tremble. You don't just unsettle people. You reprogram them piece by piece, thought by thought, fear by fear, until they swear you're reading something, a manual, a prophecy, a forbidden instruction set. Because when you walk into their life, everything starts making too much sense. And then, too little sense. And then, too dangerous a sense. They swear they've seen your face before. They swear your words predict their decisions. They swear your silence answers questions they don't remember asking. You are an intrusion, a glitch, a living spoiler alert in a world addicted to pretending it has control. And you know why? Because you learned something they'll never dare touch. Pain is the oldest prophet. While they prayed for clarity, you drowned in chaos. While they begged for guidance, you clawed your way through consequences. While they tried to trust the process, you became the process. Life didn't hand you intuition. Life carved it into you with blood and memory. That's why you see betrayal hours, days, months before it blooms. That's why you feel shifts in people's energy like earthquakes under skin. That's why you know when someone's lying even before they open their mouth. That's why you know when a door is closing before anyone else hears the hinges. Your instincts aren't instincts. They're flashbacks masquerading as foresight. Every scar became a lens. Every collapse became a signal. Every resurrection became a warning label. That's why you read the room like scripture. That's why you read people like confessions. That's why you read the future like a draft with grammar mistakes. You weren't gifted. You were broken, beautifully, violently, purposefully broken, until you saw the world in a way nobody else could. And now you terrify every version of them that still clings to normalcy. They whisper, "Why does nothing catch him off guard? Why does she react like she already knew? Why does it feel like they're waiting for something I can't see? Why do they make me feel transparent?" Because you're not playing the same game. You're playing something older, something colder. You're not reacting to life. You're pre-negotiating the outcome. That's why people fold around you. They can feel it in their bones, in their teeth, in their instinctual lizard brain, that you're calibrated differently. They don't fear your strength. They fear your stillness, that dead, silent calculation behind your eyes, that predator calm you slip into when things get too loud. Not angry, not emotional, just aware, hyper-aware. Like someone watching a crime be committed 3 seconds before it happens. And that unnerves them because deep inside their chest, something primitive whispers, "This one is not prey." No matter how much they posture, no matter how much they gossip, no matter how loud they bark, their bodies betray them. You can see it, how their shoulders stiffen, how their laughs come out too sharp, how their eyes dart when yours lock onto them, how they fidget when you're quiet, how their aura falters when you stand still. They feel peeled open, analyzed, decoded, archived, and they should, because you are reading them, not with eyes, but with experience sharpened into a blade. You see the cracks they pretend aren't there. You catch the tone they didn't mean to reveal. You detect the tremor in their confidence. You notice the misalignment in their intentions. You watch the lie forming before the words exist. It's not supernatural. It's not magic. It's pattern recognition built from hell. And when the whole world feels watched by you, when 8 billion people sense a presence that operates one frame ahead, when they swear your timing is inhuman, when they can't predict your next move because it hasn't been invented yet, they panic, they obsess, they spiral, they study you like you're a leaked classified file. Because deep down, they know the truth. You didn't read the future's rough draft. You wrote the damn corrections. Don't look away now. This is where the temperature drops. This is where the truth stops whispering and starts carving itself into your spine. Because the world isn't just unsettled by you. It's tracking you. Every room you enter, every decision you make, every silence you let stretch for a second too long. It all registers, like seismic activity, like fault lines shifting under a city that pretends it's stable. You've become a phenomenon they measure, not a person they understand. And they hate that, because they can't put you in a category. They can't diagnose you. They can't predict you. They can't neutralize you. They can't decide if you're holy or unholy, blessed or cursed, savior or threat. You're the coin in the air with no intention of landing. A walking paradox, an unresolved equation, a prophecy with a pulse. They can't figure out whether you're the storm or the eye inside it, whether you're the light breaking the horizon or the shadow swallowing it whole. And that uncertainty, it burns them, it drives them mad, it turns their thoughts into spirals, because when they look at you, two truths overlay like a double exposure. You feel impossibly familiar and terrifyingly foreign. like they've known you across lifetimes, but never understood you in this one, because you're not reacting to life like they do, frantically, messily, emotionally. No, you move like someone listening to a hidden metronome the rest of the world can't hear, a rhythm, a code, a timing. They try to mimic it, try to copy your calm, your pace, your precision, but they don't understand what fuels it. Your calm isn't mental peace. It's emotional discipline sharpened by trauma. Your pace isn't laziness. It's strategic patience forged from survival. Your precision isn't intelligence. It's intuition distilled from scars. They don't see the years you spent decoding chaos. They don't see the nights you watched everything collapse in slow motion. They don't see the betrayals that trained your instincts like military drills. They don't see the losses that pried your eyes open and forced you to see patterns no one else can perceive. To them, you're just unsettling. To you, this is just awareness. This is what happens when someone stops running from life and starts dissecting it. That's why you feel people fracturing before they break. That's why you sense exits before doors slam shut. That's why you feel danger before it has a shape. That's why you know when someone has shifted from curiosity to envy to threat. You don't just live in the present. You live one psychological dimension deeper. It's not future reading, it's future feeling. And 8 billion people can't compete with that, so they pretend it's something else. Intuition, luck, a good guess, coincidence, vibes. No. That's their fragile ego talking. What you have isn't mystical, it's forensic, it's tactical, it's earned. You built your foresight the hard way, at full cost, with no discounts and no refunds. Pain gave you the blueprint. Silence gave you the clarity. Loneliness gave you the depth. Resurrection gave you the edge. And now you walk with that eerie calm, that inhuman clarity. And they sense it like an alarm blaring in their subconscious. Because predators know predators, and prophets recognize prophets, and ghosts feel the presence of another ghost. You're all three, in one body, moving with an intention nobody can decode. And here's what they'll never admit. You make people question their own timelines, their own choices, their own perception, their own stories. You walk in, and suddenly they're reevaluating everything. Their friendships, their motives, their hidden agendas, their lies. Because being near you feels like standing under a bright, merciless truth. And some people can't survive that kind of exposure. But you've lived in truth so long it became armor. Even your mistakes became maps. Even your heartbreaks became intelligence reports. Even your silence became artillery. You don't need to see the future. You already understand it. Because this world runs on patterns, and pain taught you every single one of them. You learned how humanity thinks, moves, deceives, fears, loves, attacks, hides, and reveals itself. You didn't read a rough draft. You've been annotating reality in real time. That's why people fear you. Not because you know too much. Because you know what they think they're hiding. Because you see what they haven't admitted. Because you catch the lie forming in their throat before they swallow it. Because you predict the shift before they twitch. Because you feel their intentions before even they do. You aren't ahead of the world by accident. You're ahead because you paid attention when everyone else was asleep. And now, 8 billion people are uneasy. Some admire you. Some envy you. Some fear you. Some want answers. Some want access. Some want revenge. But all of them, every last one, knows you aren't guessing. You're operating deliberately, precisely, unapologetically, unpredictably. And the most dangerous part? You're just getting started. Stay right here. Don't blink. This is the part of the story where the room gets colder, where even the air starts paying attention, because everything you've done until now, everything that has the world whispering your name like it's classified, that wasn't even your peak. That was your tutorial. And they know it. Oh, they pretend they don't. They pretend you're just lucky, just intuitive, just perceptive. But their bodies betray them. Watch closely. The way their breath shortens when you enter a conversation, the way their eyes widen when your instinct hits the mark again, the way they study your expression like they're searching for a glitch, the way they get quiet when you get thoughtful, the way they look away when you look through them. Because you don't look at people. You scan them. You don't listen to what they say. You hear what they're trying to hide. You don't react to situations. You analyze the entire ecosystem behind them. You're not just in the moment. You're in the undercurrent, that invisible psychological shadow realm where motives form, lies ferment, and intentions leak through micro-expressions. Most people barely notice the surface. You see the subtitles beneath reality. That's why people get nervous. That's why they fidget. That's why their voices shake, even when their words sound confident. That's why they act strangely around you. Because they feel exposed. Being around you feels like walking through a metal detector with pockets full of secrets. And the funniest part? You're not even trying. Your mind just works in layers, past, present, inevitable. Looping, analyzing, updating. A labyrinth built from trauma and clarity. And while everyone else plays checkers, you're not even playing chess. You're observing the board from above, watching the entire game like a ghost, watching mortals panic. That's the part they'll never accept. You didn't become powerful by winning. You became powerful by noticing what they ignore, by noticing what they deny, by noticing what they're too afraid to acknowledge. You saw patterns in people long before you knew what to call them. You felt energy shifts before anyone taught you the language. You recognized danger while others mistook it for excitement. You decoded manipulation while they begged for attention. Your instincts were trained in the flames. Your perception was forged in the aftermath. Your insight was shaped by every storm you survived. And now you move with that frightening surgical clarity that makes the world whisper, "Bro, how does he know? How does she sense that? How does this person read situations before they exist? How do they always get it right?" The answer is simple. When you spend years drowning, you learn to hear the shape of the waves. And now you're not drowning. You're directing the current. That scares them. That deeply scares them. Because you operate like someone with a secret script, a hidden timeline, a private briefing from the universe. And they hate it because you're supposed to be human, flawed, predictable, easy to understand. But you're none of that. You're an anomaly wrapped in skin, a human with post-traumatic clairvoyance, a saint wearing a monster's awareness, an angel with a demon's precision, a calm voice with a violent truth behind it. People don't fear what you do. People fear what you notice, because they can't hide from someone who sees without looking, who hears without listening, who senses without explanation, who predicts without guessing. You walk into a room, and the whole energy rearranges itself around you. Like the timeline recognizes your presence and adjusts for accuracy. 8 billion people feel that. Subconsciously, viscerally, primally. It's not admiration. It's not jealousy. It's not curiosity. It's instinctual recognition. Their nervous system whispering, "This one knows things. This one sees too much. This one is ahead." And the more they feel it, the more they panic.